Good afternoon, dear students. Today, I explain A.K. Ramanujan's poem, A River. In Indian writing in English, in particular poetry, A.K. Ramanujan occupies a prominent place as he is known for adopting different kinds of technical devices in writing poetry. And his poems are very clear to understand, and we don't find any kind of ambiguity or any difficult kind of fiction, diction. His thoughts and ideas and his inherent Indianness find very good presence in all his writings. His poems deal with different themes, particularly his attachment to his surroundings and nostalgia. Right, the present, a river, is focused on the river which flows in Madurai, or we call it Madurai River. It has been, the river has been depicted by the poets of the past and the present in their own perception, differing from each other in their projection. And the present poem, A River, describes how poets of the past and present have romanticized a river in Madurai. So, as I revealed earlier, so poets of various generations have depicted river of Madurai in different angles. The poem begins with the speaker stating that every year, every poet sings the same songs about sometimes floods and sometimes emptied riverbed. You see, poets of the present and past describe river in different seasons. Some of them describe the river's condition in summer season and its condition in rainy season. Then, so when it is empty, all its hidden items are exposed. Generally, in rainy season, heavy water flows hide so many things. Once the river becomes empty, all hidden things are exposed, and we find big rocks and the things which have been carried by the rainy water, flood water, stagnate there. They get exposed in summer season as river has no natural flow of water. All its hidden items are exposed. Then the poets have always sung about the period and the other in which flood happens. So poets sing in praise of the river in both the situations. When the river is in full flood waters, they sing in their praise. Even when it is empty also, they expose or they depict expose the things in a different manner. But they don't get into the details of who is impacted. But what we find in both the poets of the past and the poets of the present is that they describe the river in both the situations. That means in rainy season as well as in summer season, they are more concentrated on explaining and expressing and depicting river only. But nobody comes forward, and no poet is great enough to show the impact of river during rainy season on human beings. So generally, when floods happen, so certainly it creates some problems to the people. And you see people living on the riverbed, they generally sometimes wash them. Some animals also wash them. All huts become damaged. So there will be human loss also. So poets' concern is about the flow of the river, but they don't show any kind of concern towards the human loss. Here, the poet exposes the weakness or different attitude of poets to human suffering. Then in the first stanza, the speaker begins by setting the scene. He is going to be describing how the city of Madurai is described by different poets. City Madurai is known for its traditional values. It is also known for big temples. It is a place that is made of temples and poets. So great poets have lived in Madurai, and it is a place of number of temples. Ancient temples exist there, and popular poets also existed there. And these poets have also sung of the same things. The poets of Madurai also have done the same thing, in the sense they are more concerned about the river, but they are less concerned about the human suffering. Every summer in the city, the river basin is empty. Naturally, during summer season, the river in Madurai becomes empty and stones appear shining. Then the river dries to a trickle. So heavy flow of water is not seen there. A trickle, a small stream of water flows in that big river. And the sand is bare. Sand in heaps appear everywhere. Sand in very big heaps appear everywhere. You find a small trickle of water, and there is no, flood water, or there is no heavy flow of water in the river. Just we find only river is empty, quite empty, and we see very big heap of sand there, and you see the things which have been washed away by heavy floods appear there as they are hidden during heavy floods. So all of them, are exposed. Now we find all these things. Crush grades are attached with hair, all kinds of things. Is bare. The shapes and objects that are revealed are dark and somewhat omnipresent. So things appear very dark there. Then these they raise landscapes and straw and women hair. Then these things clock to the water gates made of rusty bars. The river has got gates also, crush gates also they find, and they are clogged with different kinds of things which have come along with the flood waters. As the flood is over now, these crush gates stop the things which were carried by the heavy waters. There what we find women hair also, you find straw hair also, we find everything, we find clogged to the water iron gates of that bridge. Ramanujan makes use of yes. Then everything about the drainage system is old and need of no repair. The bridge is in patches. The bridge, is in patches. That was constructed long ago. So because of heavy floods, because of rains, because of climatic conditions, what happened? Bridge has received cracks everywhere, and it is full of patches. A fact that is revealed when the water recedes. In the last lines of this stanza, Ramanujan uses two metaphors to compare the stones to animals. You see, in the first stanza itself, Ramanujan uses metaphors in comparison to certain animals. The wet appears like crocodiles. The stones which appear, which are wet in shape, appear like crocodiles. So, crocodile shape and color. In the same way, the stones after receding of the flood waters, they appear like what? Crocodiles sleeping, and dry as logging water buffaloes. So here, to describe the stones in the river, two kinds of metaphors are used. That means they appear like crocodiles sleeping, and they also appear like water buffaloes. Then crocodiles and water buffaloes. Despite all of this, the poets only sang of floods. There is much more to the city that poets are ignoring. So the poet here, the speaker of the poem here, expresses his anguish or expresses his regret that poets are more concerned about, what can I say, the river and its nature in different seasons, but they are not concerned with other things of the river. Then, the second stanza. The second stanza, a river, is only of 11 lines. In the second stanza, we find only 11 lines. The he in the first line is a reference to poet, perhaps the speaker himself. So, first line refers to he, it means the poet himself. He states that he was only in the city for a day. The poet says that he stays in the city only for one day. It is in the stanza that a number of more complicated and personal details are revealed. So, in the second stanza, number of personal and complicated things are revealed, are well known. Then the details were not hidden. The details were not hidden. They were easily learned by the poet featured in this poem. The poet staying in the city for one day is very clinical in his observation. And the second stanza, we find the metaphors and the personal details of the poet and a keen observation of the poet. All these things we learn from the second stanza. Then coming to the third stanza, everywhere the people spoke about the flood and terrible things which resulted, and everywhere in the city people speak about the flow of water, the sound of the waters, and heavy flow from upper part of the region. They speak about that things, but they don't speak about other things related to the floods. So, floods result in loss of human damage. It is just a simple natural occurrence. Floods is a simple natural occurrence. It naturally happens when the rain comes. What happens? Heavy water flows. When heavy water flows, what happens? We call it floods. When the floods come, automatically what happens? There will be huge damage to the human life as well as to the nature. It carried away 3 village houses. Heavy flood, what it did, it carried away 3 village houses. The houses which are built on the bank of the river, the poor people built their huts on the bank of the river. The heavy waters, carried away these 3 houses. How pathetic it is to see. 3 village houses were carried away by this power of these flood waters. So who will think about that one? Who will think about that loss of the humanity? As well as a pregnant woman and a couple of cows. So, unfortunate thing is, even a pregnant woman is also washed away, and 2 cows are also washed. So you see 3 village houses, a pregnant woman expecting lovely babies, and 2 cows. So human loss, animal loss, and property loss. All these things happen when floods come. So nobody recognizes, nobody writes poems about the grievance, sufferings, pain of the people. So, but everybody is concerned about the flow of the water. So who understands the human tragedy? The cows have names, making these lighter in tone than some of the other. Village people call these 2 cows with their names. So, humans attach names to them. The list-like way in which this section of the poem is conveyed makes it clear that these are not uncommon occurrences. The people are used to them. So, people, are more related to the flood waters, but not to the human tragedy. The problem that the speaker has with the poet is made clearer in the third stanza. So, here, poet makes it very clear in the poem what kind of poets of the past are. A river, as he speaks of the similarities between the old poets and the new poets, and the poet feels that there is no difference between the old poets and the new poets because the concern, both of them are concerned about one kind of activity rather than the result of the activity. It shows they are not concerned with human suffering. Both spoke about the floods. So both the poets of the older generation as well as the new generation, always speak about the floods. It ignored the tragedies which resulted. So, old poets and new poets are completely away from human tragedy, and they don't have any kind of social responsibility to expose the suffering of common people during floods. In fact, to make it worse, the poets copied what the old ones did. What happens, even modern poets also, instead of showing their novelty and creativity in writing poem and changing their perception, what they did, they followed the old poets only. There was no evolution in style or object. So what happens, change is natural, but change has not taken place in the new poets. So new kind of evolution has to take place in the mind of everyone. But when our poet observes the new poets, he finds that there is no change in their thinking. They followed what their predecessors followed in writing poetry. In the fifth and sixth lines of this section, the speaker state that it is possible that the woman who died was going to give birth to twins, increasing the life lost. So what happens, the poet feels that the woman who is washed away in the floods is expected to give birth to twins. So unfortunate thing is that, not one human being, three human beings have lost their lives, mother including two children or two babies inside her womb. So this is very interesting contrast to the flooding of the river in the first phase. Floods have not only created havoc, in the life of people. The waters are meant to fertilize the land and make it possible for the next crop to grow. Actually, water is the life source for everyone. So their function is to fertilize the land and to grow crops. Sometimes what happens, nature also dominates and doesn't understand the suffering of human beings. Because of its immense power, it also makes human loss possible. Life is destroyed as it is being created. So life is destroyed how? Through natural powers also. In the final stanza, the speaker relays the words of the poet again. He said that the poet complained of how the river has water enough to be poetic about once in a year. So only once in a year we find heavy waters, not throughout the year. Only in rainy season also we find a river flowing in its full strength. It is only once in a year that the poets pay attention to it. So you see what happens, the poets come and think about the river only once in a year. Remaining time they never look at the river. Only when the river is in floods, they come and look at the river and write poetry in praise of heavy water floods. And even they don't want to speak about the loss of property or life. You see, the poets of old generation as well as new generation are more interested to describe the river when it is full of floodwaters, but they don't want to have any kind of recognition. They don't want to show any kind of respect or recognition or any kind of identity to be given to human loss. And moreover, they do not pay attention to the river throughout the year. Only once they find floodwaters or once they find river full of water, then only they come and describe the river. But what is ironic thing is that the poet's concern should be about the human loss rather than other things. The poet repeats the section of the second stanza again. In the concluding part of the poem also, the poet repeats the same second stanza, repeats the section of the second stanza, restating what was lost. So here the poet is more concerned and more worried about the human loss. He repeats the second stanza where we come across the loss of a woman, loss of 2 cows, and as well as 3 village houses. There are additional details added. Now he says that woman believed she was expecting identical twins. So woman, before she was washed away in floodwaters, she believed that she would give birth to 2 identical twins. And they were going to be perfectly the same, and she feels that both of them appear similar, the same, with no way tells to them apart except through dressing them in colored diapers. And even after when they grow up, she feels that she could find difficulty to identify them. This is another humoric line, but it is a darker undertone. You see, we understand mothers' expectations about their children. It speaks to the lack of care with which the poet approached the land and people. So here again, poets of the past as well as the present come under severe criticism from our poets. There is no desire to know who these people are, quest to adequately depict the suffering. The poets of the past and the present fail to depict adequately the suffering of the people in flood because of floods. So the river is a poem wonderfully written by A.K. Ramanujan. So here A.K. Ramanujan describes the river both in rainy season as well as in summer season, its appearance in both the seasons. And the poet also blames the old generation poets and the new generation poets about their attitude towards the human loss during flood season And he says that the poets are more interested towards describing the river in rainy season rather than its results, in the sense, loss of human beings. And also, the poet shows his pity towards loss of life. A pregnant woman is washed away, as well as two cows and having names and three village houses. So, as a poet, one should have social responsibility. While describing the nature objects, natural objects, he must also look at the impact of nature on human beings. He must also show concern to the human loss. This is about A.K. Ramanujam's river. Thank you.